YouTubers, it's the Italian 556, and I'm back with a killer today. Kind of my arch nemesis, the 7-pot brown slash brick red, burgundy brown, I don't know. This is sent to me from Todd. Thank you very much, Todd. He may have wanted me to do the one that was labeled, but I think the other one's a little bit fatter. This one's a little bit longer, but this one's fatter. I don't know. This one looks meaner, so I'm going to do the fatter one. So, as you can see, yeah, this is a killer, the 7-pot brown. So it's up there in the top 3 hottest pods that I've had. So I know it's gonna be a hell of a ride. So hopefully this. I'm not worried about my stomach or my mouth. I'm sorry. I'm not worried about my mouth or my throat. I'm worried about my stomach. But my trick, my little peanut butter and jelly sandwich trick, along with some milk and some Pepto-Bismol, kept my stomach from, pretty much pain-free. So I cut the pot open. Oops, the center came out there. I'll pop that in too. Very strong smell. Very strong smell. That's what it looks like inside. It smells like it's not going to have a very good flavor to it. I think the brown pod that I ate before, I think I remember it not having the greatest flavor. But maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just picky. I am somewhat of a picky eater, but I don't find very many of the super hots that have a. I don't find them to have a good flavor, and I think Brian's with me on that. So it just kind of depends on your taste buds, If you're not a picky eater, then you'll find super hots will probably have a pretty good flavor. But I hate vegetables. Like broccoli, I have to dip it in ranch. Carrots, raw carrots, I like raw carrots, but I don't like them cooked. I am kind of a picky eater again, so maybe that's kind of why I don't like the flavor of super hot pods, at least most of them. Now, the yellow 7-pot and the Maruga that Todd sent me had a good flavor. Most of the Butch teas that I've tried have had a good flavor. But the ones that are exceptionally hot, I don't find have the greatest flavor. I haven't tried a Douglas yet, but I've heard that from Brian, I think, that they don't have a very good flavor. He doesn't like the flavor. So I'm almost done with this here, and I know this is just going to destroy me. I can tell by the smell of it and by the looks of it inside, just oil all over. Yeah, I guess I'm just particular with my pods. I think that Todd finds that pretty much every pod tastes good for the most part. I mean, at least with the super hots, he kind of seems to like pretty much every flavor of super hot pods. But I find it to be kind of the opposite with me. Anyway, man, this is gonna be brutal. So this is probably gonna be the last 7-pod brown that I eat, because I know it's not gonna be very fun. But I don't know. Maybe I'll try one if I grow one myself one of these days, but which I plan on it. But they make an awesome sauce. I mean, Tnudder Scorch. I did not think that sauce came from a 7-pod brown, because I didn't like the flavor of the 7-pod brown, but they seem to make an awesome sauce. I love that Scorch. It's amazing. It's amazing sauce for a steak or any kind of meat. But enough talking. I guess I should just shove this down my throat. Ew. And that's what it looks like. Oops, hang on a minute. Everything's still intact. Just took the seeds out, and this little piece came out when I cut it. So let me put it back together here. Oh yeah, wow, that smells super, super strong. So the smell alone is enough to knock somebody out. So let me put this little piece on here. It's gonna kick my ass. Tnudder's 7-pod brown / brick red. I had to get all the chili out of my mouth. I don't like the flavor of that. It was bad. No siree. Yeah. Wow. Heat's already coming on really, really strong. Mainly in the throat. I found the taste to be bitter, and I don't like bitter tasting pods. I like sweet, more of a sweeter, floral taste. Wow. Yeah, that's hot. Alrighty. Mainly in the back of the throat, like I said. It's kind of lighting my tongue up too, actually. Really lighting my tongue up. Tongue in the back of the throat, mainly. I'm already getting a stomach burn, and it hurts to talk. Yeah, it's really hot right off the bat, but hopefully it doesn't climb anymore. No hiccups yet, which is bizarre, really bizarre. But it hurts to talk, yeah. Definitely hurts to talk. Wow, it's really hot. All over burn. Actually, kind of mainly in the throat and the tongue. Underneath the tongue, too, actually. Really underneath the tongue. Which is weird. Because that's not normal for the pod reviews that I've done. It's really hot, but not as hot as I remember it being. I'd say we're at probably 11.5, 12. Lots of drool coming in now. Eyes slightly watery.
That is so weird.
Certainly a scorcher, but not as hot as what I was expecting it to be. And no, Todd, that doesn't mean send me more. Lots of drool. Yeah. Runny nose. Tons of drool. It's right around 11.5, 12. His sauce is awesome, though. The scorch. Here's what it looks like. Oh, I grabbed the wrong bottle, my bad. Here's a scorch. As you can see, it's almost gone. Yeah, it's kind of peaked it right around 11.5, 12. Definitely got me breathing heavy. Tons of drool. Runny nose. Nose isn't running too bad. No hiccups, which is a shocker, because I get hiccups almost all the time. Todd, you should try one of those. Let me know what you think. See if the more of a 7-pot brown, the more of a brown color is hotter than the brick red. I'm going to use this one for seeds. Rush. It's definitely a rush. Tons of drool. But yeah, it's peaking. Not as hot as what I was hoping, or what I was thinking. It's probably right around what the pod that I did yesterday was. 11.5, 12. But the build, it built a lot more quickly. It was like instant heat like that. But certainly one hell of a hot pod. So was the one I did yesterday. It almost kind of looks like it too, a little bit. The one I did yesterday. Only the one I did yesterday was longer, more of a stinger tip. Sean is going to be doing one of those, so I'm curious to see what he thinks about it. But yeah, it's one hot pod. Flavor, probably 7 out of 10. Heat, out of 10, I want to say 8.5. 8.5, yeah. But my scale goes over 10. So if we're going over 10, I put it 11.5, 12. So, it's pretty much, it's definitely peaked, coming down. I don't know, it wasn't as hot as the first one, or maybe my tolerance is a little bit hotter, or a little bit hotter. Maybe my tolerance is a little bit better, but it wasn't as hot as that first brown that I tried, in my opinion. It could be that I have a hotter, more of a high pain tolerance now. Yeah, so, I think I'm going to send out, eventually, some 7 pods. I got a nice little 7 pod here, along with some more, Adam Ryan Clark. I'll probably send you some pods, so, thanks for watching. Please rate, please subscribe. This is Time556. Thanks, Todd. Awesome pod. It was a scorcher.